Coach, I'm sure you saw Cooper Dawson's announcement, just your reaction when you saw the video and how all that blew up nationally.
You know, I wasn't very surprised. I mean, Cooper and his mom and dad came down here, and we had a great time with them on their recruiting weekend. Cooper's family is outstanding, and he's an outstanding young man. I think it was very gracious what he did, and it just kind of represents the people that we're trying to look to come up here and to join us in our community. I thought it was very gracious, very humbling, and it might start a brand new trend considering it's trending, but I thought it was really, really, really special.
Mark?
Like most people out there would think, they won 9 games this year, so they must have been able to get everybody they wanted. There must have been an immediate impact. How much of an impact did this year have on this class?
Again, most of this class was done off of our 4-8 season and our win over Clemson. And the other back part of our class was our 9-3 season and finishing second in the ACC Atlantic. And with the rankings that we haven't had here in a long time. The 9-3 season, the first part of our 2019 class will be off the 9-3 season, and then the second part of our 2019 class will be off of whatever we get done in the first half of the 29 season, ending somewhere around October. So the recruiting cycle with the new signing date is kind of put you into 2 different cycles, where half your class is recruited early off of what you did in 2018. And then 2017, and the other part's done is recruited off of what you do off of 2018.
When you kind of look ahead toward February here, about how many more spots do you see, and does quarterback fit in there at all?
We're going to see. We've got some numbers we can move around and we can play with. If we find one that we feel is worthy, we'll bring one in, but we just don't want to force the issue.
Looking like 5 or so more spots?
It's going to be plus or minus somewhere close to that number, yes, sir.
Coach, a lot of defensive players as far as what the class looks like right now. Was that by design, or did the class cycle just kind of work out that way?
You know, when we first got here, the board, the offense and defensive board really wasn't balanced. And like I said, the first 2 classes was kind of best man available. After the 2017 and the 2018 classes. Now what we need to do is we need to balance the board. And so we're really working hard to balance that out. It's probably going to take us somewhere around 2 years to where the numbers are exactly the way we want them and the scales are balanced so that we can take basically almost a set number every single year. So we've got about 2 more years before we can balance this thing out and really lay the foundation the way we want it so that we can take almost the exact number every year. Again, we're still at the stage where most of our guys are 3-star athletes. I can't stand that star thing, but we'll throw it out there. That 3-star athletes that we have to develop in the weight room and we have to develop on the football field. Whether we have an Andre Cisco and an Andre Smith, whether we have a guy that can stand out and help us on the football field in 2019, we'll see. Hopefully we have 2 or 3 more of those individuals, but those individuals are extremely rare. And really, as the team continues to get older and more mature, that should happen less. It shouldn't happen more unless that individual is truly, truly exceptional. So hopefully we get to the point where there's less of those things happening and we have the majority of our football team on campus already being trained, already knowing the plays on offense and defense and special teams, and ready and fully developed so they can help us in the ACC Atlantic.
If you're going to use the star rating, do you anticipate getting more 4 or 5 stars now?
You know, I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to a little bit more of them. You know, they're hard to get. Okay, there's a lot of public scrutiny about, you know, those guys going to certain places. And there's got to be a special individual to be able to step away and say that I can see the vision, I can see the future, and this is where I want to go and be a part of it, because we're going to be blazing our own path and not necessarily following down the path that other people have already set.
It seems like 2 of the positions you're going to look to replace starters at this year are offensive tackle and linebacker. Obviously a really highly touted group of linebackers, and you got Darius at tackle, who has some experience. I'm curious how you see those guys maybe fitting into the competition.
Not at all. You throw them in the hat and let them sift themselves out of it. You never know who's going to be the guy. You really don't. And you just got to make sure that you have enough numbers in those positions that it gives you enough options. okay, that those guys can hopefully come in and do the job that needs to be done, because we definitely have the need in both the areas you mentioned. This is how I look at it. We're going to recruit the best athletes that we can possibly recruit, regardless of what the positions are. It would be really unfair for me to say that those young men are going to come in and be able to do this and do that over young men that have already been in this program that's been physically developed 2 or 3 years by our strength staff, or has been coached 2 or 3 years by individual coaches in our program. You would like to think that somebody that's been with us 2 or 3 years should have not only a physical jump, but a mental jump on anyone coming behind them. That's the way the program should work. Now, that being said, the one thing that we will always do in this program is we will always play the best player no matter what. So that player has an opportunity to come in. You know, we don't haze our freshmen. We bring them in early. We have a big brother system where we're trying to teach them not only the things they need to do to be a good student athlete, okay, but also the things they need to do to become a good athlete. So we do everything in our power to allow them to blossom, to have the opportunity to play early, although we will not give them a gift, and we will not favor an upperclassman in that situation. So if a young man can come in like an Andre Cisco and make a move on everybody else in that position, he'll get every opportunity to do it. But you would like to think that the guys in the program have an advantage over the guys that haven't been in the program yet.